I was 15-year-old when the war started. I was born in Poland, and I had a very good life. In the second month of the war, my father was killed by a Nazi. I came to our place. My father was sick at the time, and my mother was with him. And the Nazis said, I want just to take this Jew to do some work, like carrying stones from one end of the yard to another one. My mother was trying to persuade him that my father is a very sick man, to which the Nazi said, oh, I know Jewish sickness. Every Jew is sick when asked to work. But it happened that I have a very good remedy for Jewish sickness. And his remedy was that he dragged my father from the bed and he kicked him and he hit him till my father collapsed and died. I was at school at the time, and my mother rang school and asked me to return home. And I was thinking, what am I doing now in the street? I should be at school and I should learn something because learning is so important. My father told me about it. When I arrived home, my mother, my elder sister, and myself, we embraced and we cried. And then my mother said to us, girls, we are outside the law. And I said to her, I don't understand. What do you mean outside the law? And she said, because to kill a Jew is not a crime. If I would have opened the door and asked someone, come someone, help me, they are killing my husband, he would have laughed in my face and would have said, a great deal, to kill a Jew, it's within the law. And this was the end of my childhood. I don't know exactly how much time I have. If I speak for too long, stop me. But I just want to tell you, it's 70 years since the Warsaw Ghetto uprising. I was a young person there, and I've seen it from the outside of the ghetto, because by then I was on so-called Aryan side. When schools are coming to the Holocaust Museum, I usually ask them, have you chosen your parents? Have you chosen your country of birth? Have you chosen the way you look? And of course the answer was, no, not really. It's a stupid way of saying things, but I think it is important. And in my case, it was very important, because my mother wasn't born Jewish. She converted to Judaism when she married my father. And she was a very loyal and wonderful person. Though I have certain disagreement with her, but I think every daughter will have disagreement with the mother. This is a normal thing. And when I look at this young generation, these beautiful kids who are singing, the people who haven't been during the Holocaust, come here and organize this anniversary, I am so grateful to you all. And I only wish that I would be able to say something else. We were in the Warsaw Ghetto not very long, because my mother had a sister who hadn't converted, and she was begging us, leave the ghetto. You can go and you can live on Aryan papers. And I didn't want to go. I was there with my friends. I was there with my family. But my family, friends, urge us, if you can go, go. You will survive. You will help us. You will be able to come and send us something, go. And one day we went. I hated being on Aryan side because Warsaw was pestered by Jew spotters. The Polish people, anti-Semites, who were just showing, have a look, she's Jewish, and showing it to Nazis, and I would take a person like this and shoot her, and the Jew spotter will get money for it, or a bottle of vodka, or I don't know what. Anyhow, whenever I was on the Aryan side, when I started, I would always go towards Warsaw Ghetto. I wanted to see it. I was hoping that I might see someone in the window. I might see someone, nearby. And one day I ended at the marketplace. It was just on the border of the ghetto. And what I've seen, there was a policeman, a Polish policeman, who was shaking something. And it was a Jewish child. And he was saying, "You smuggler, I'll show you how to smuggle. You will never smuggle again." And he was hitting the child and shaking it, and some potato or something fell from his coat. And all of a sudden, there was a German, soldier. He came in, he walked to the policeman, he hit him across the face, one side and another one. The policeman fell to the ground, and and this little boy looked, and German in the uniform picked up a Jewish child, set it on the wall, and the child all of a sudden disappeared. And what did the German soldier do? He went to stalls, he picked up potatoes over the wall. He went back, carrots over the wall. He went again, he picked up whatever, and few times he was doing it. What was horrible thing for me to see, that people were standing and watching. And I was among them. I was watching too. Anyhow, after a moment, this German soldiers disappeared. He said Donald Bart or whatever. And the Polish policeman got up and he said, get off, and people disappeared. I was frightened of the Aryan side because, as I mentioned before, Jew spotters. I had blue eyes. I still have blue eyes. I had blonde hair. Now they are not blonde, as you can see. But I am a very old person. This year I am going to be 89. I am a lucky person that I could still do something, that I could speak to schools, that I listened to me, that I could bring them certain episodes from my life. Now, my aunt, who wasn't Jewish, brought in to Warsaw the family, my father's family, his brother, his wife, his young son, he was 9 years old then, and his brother-in-law. She went to pick them up from Lwów ghetto, Lemberg ghetto. She risked her own life. She kept them at her place, together with my mother, my sister, and I, for close to 3 years. I survived. My aunt was given, Yad Vashem has given her, Righteous Among the Nation award. What else can I tell you? Once again, to thank you all that you are organizing Warsaw Ghetto uprising like this, 70 years, when I saw, I went to Warsaw to have a look, and people were just, it was a very beautiful day. It was Polish, spring. People were joking on train, people were going. I went towards the ghetto. And next to the ghetto, the Germans organized, carousels, shooting galleries next to the ghetto. When you saw, people jumping from the windows, when you saw, continuous, the air was impossible to breathe. When father was saying, I brought my little son to have fun, on carousel or shooting gallery, and he's crying and saying that he can't see well because his eyes are hurting him. And a woman walked to me. It was a Polish woman, and she said, what are you doing here? You better go. You better go, because before I realize who you are. And I went. Now, thank you very much for listening to me. I am very touched that I was invited to speak here. Thank you.